What's up, everybody? We are gonna go. Oh shit! Wow! Wow! Guys, I'm sorry. Holy cow! Oh man! Okay. Real quick, we're gonna get started here in a minute. Something crazy just happened. Rudy, what's up, man? Pay attention. We're gonna go over some stuff today. This is episode 1 of Let's Have a Conversation. Oh my god. Okay, I gotta gain my thoughts. We'll be back in a sec. Okay, we're back. Holy cow. Okay, so I'm sitting here and I'm getting ready to do this video. A lot of stuff has happened over the last probably the last 24 hours. Like, it's been absolutely insane. And all of a sudden, I get like I'm tagging people. People have been like, "Yo, man, tag me in your video so I can watch it. I'll share it." Da 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 da. And I get this notification from Facebook as I'm setting this up on this computer, and it says, "I'll see if I can show you the picture." I don't know. Yeah, it's basically what it says. To prevent any misuse, we have temporarily restricted for your account. Basically, I'm not allowed to tag anybody in my posts. So, wow. Okay, I'm just gonna come out and say it. I totally expected it. One of the reasons why I have jumped on here is, last night I'm watching the news. I'm watching OAN and Newsmax because the mainstream media is just a joke. And I'm seeing they're gonna restrict Apple and Amazon have taken Parler off of um, their app stores, and they're disabling Parler. I can still get on right now on my phone. I was just on. I'm actually on another computer right here. Um, and So I can still get on Parler. Um, I'm seeing a bunch of crazy stuff. I'm seeing people's numbers of their followers on Twitter and Instagram, and all these things happen. I'm seeing people like CJ Dunning, who is a badass chick who is speaking the truth, and she's out here and she's hustling and she's telling the truth. Her account's being restricted. My account just got restricted. I've already been demonetized by Facebook, so I'm just like, I'm doing this for free. I'm doing this because I enjoy talking to you guys. And wow. And the thing that got people frustrated, the comment I made yesterday that got people frustrated, I'll see if I can pull it up, was I can't believe that. Um, Pulling it up right now. I'm sorry, I'm in shock. I said, "Hey, Mark Zuckerberg," and I'm totally gonna cuss here. So if your kids are around, I apologize. Fuck you. And I said, "Sorry, I'm sorry. That came out wrong. My bad." What I meant to say was, "You communistic piece of garbage, you sellout, you puppet, you un-American, Chinese worshipping, money hungry, low life piece of maggot filth." Okay, that came out better the second time. God, I love our First Amendment. Oh, wait, you're trying to take that from us, too. So I posted that. So I work nights. I'm going back to work tonight. And I woke up at probably like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And my phone is just and that got like more attention than I thought. Like I just said it to say it, and I was, whew, man, I was wow, like took me by surprise. But wow, I was shocked. I'm not allowed to tag anybody. So guys, I will, if you want to watch this live, because I go on at very random times. If you want to watch this live, shoot me a Facebook message and let me know that you want to watch it live. That way you can contribute to the conversation. And I will let you know when I'm about to go live. I just shot a text message to a couple of people. I was like, I can't tag you. I'm going live. It'll be on there unless it gets censored. But, you know, whatever. This desk is really wobbly. I'm sorry, guys. All right, back to the topic at hand. Freedom of speech. Is this freedom of speech, guys? Serious, let's have a conversation. That's why I named this segment, Let's Have a Conversation. With Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, I know Instagram, I believe, is owned by Facebook now. With these social media platforms blocking and censoring these conservative right-wing Republican constitutionalists, whatever you want to call them, these people, with them censoring them, is our freedom of speech, First Amendment, being violated? This is an honest question, and I would like people to answer. If you want to jump in, jump in. I would love to add you guys to the video. I don't know if it will allow me, but I would love for you guys to jump on. So here's the deal. I use Facebook for two reasons. One, I have family all over the country. So it is amazing to me that this platform is available for us to talk to people and see photos. I'm 30 years old, so block them all. I'm 30 years old, so when I was a kid, if you wanted to see photos of, you know, your cousin or your nieces and nephews or your granddaughter, or your grandchild, or your great grandchildren or whatever, you had to send them in the mail. I'm that old, you know. If I hear one Gen Z kid call me a fucking boomer, I'm gonna lose it. It wasn't until I was about 12 or 13 when email really started to become the thing. But I don't know if you guys remember this, but when you sent an email photo, it took up the whole screen, and getting it printed was a pain in the ass because one photo, like, it took up your whole ink cartridge, and then you could go to, like, you know, the 1 hour photo place and get these things printed, but it cost an arm and a leg because it was a digital copy. And anyway, it was a huge thing. So for this to be there, the reason why I use Facebook is my mom and my brother live in Oklahoma. My brother, my stepdad, his kids, and his family live in Nevada. I got family down in Phoenix. I'm here in Flagstaff. I got friends who live in Iowa. I got family who lives in New Mexico. I've got family that lives in Alaska. I have family everywhere. So this is a good way for me to communicate with everybody. It wasn't until recently I noticed, probably about 2008, 2009, where social media became a platform to express views, to share music, to a business, you know. It wasn't until then you really started seeing it become this platform. And social media in general. I know Facebook started in 08 or 07. I remember I signed up in 09 because that was when you needed a college email to get it. You needed to be a college student to be a Facebook member. So here's the deal. This thing has morphed into something completely different. The second thing I use Facebook for is I do this. I love doing this. I love talking to people. I love hearing their ideas. I love hearing everything what people are thinking. I love seeing both sides of the argument. I love expressing my opinion. I absolutely love it. To me, it's completely, like, while you had to be a TV star to do this, now all you need is a cheap pair of headphones, a sweet Yeti mic, a computer, a webcam, a light, and you're good. You can download all the software. So so those are the reasons why I use Facebook. I know people have started businesses off Facebook. I know people who do their advertising for others on Facebook. I know people who use Facebook as a legitimate source of communication. They don't have a phone. They don't have a cell phone. They don't have one of these. They have this is what they use. This is how they communicate with people. Because now you can do a Facebook number. I just found that out the other day. So this thing has morphed into something completely unexpected. Then you go to Twitter. I remember when Twitter was just for celebrities. True story. Twitter was used for celebrities expressing their views or their opinions or showing people that the average celebrity could do what they did. Instagram was used for pictures. Like I remember when you could only post photos on Instagram. You couldn't do video. You couldn't even really caption the photo. It was just the photo and you either liked it or you didn't. Like that's what it was. So, and then you have Parler, which came out recently, which I like Parler, which has morphed into a conservative-based social media platform. So, with all of this censorship going on, is our First Amendment under siege? And I'm legitimately asking the question, is our First Amendment under siege? I'm at the point now where Facebook Live, to me, I will probably stop doing these off Facebook Live. I'll probably be sharing them via YouTube. I am at the point where I use Twitter for news, I use Parler for news, Instagram, I honestly barely use my Instagram. I think I posted on Instagram 2 days ago for the first time in like 4 months. Snapchat, that's another one. I have one. I don't use it. I think I use it to talk to a couple people who don't have any other social media, but that's it. So, is our First Amendment under attack? I am going to say yes. Yes, it is. And here's why. I have the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, literally pulled up right here. You can't see it because it's on the screen, but it's right here. The First Amendment states, the First Amendment provides several rights and protections to express ideas through speech and the press, to assemble and gather with a group and protest for other reasons, and to ask government to fix problems. It also protects the right of religious beliefs, practices, and prevents the government from creating or favoring a religion. So, here's the deal. Yes, Facebook is its own company. Twitter is its own company. Forgot to take one. Hang on. It's my vitamins. They're their own companies. I get it, and we're using their platform. But where the fuckery happens is you will allow, and I'm going to use Twitter as an example, you will allow these jihadist Muslim radicals to post death to Israel and hoping for genocide, but you won't censor them. You'll allow them to post. I know, I already talked to you, so I'm not really addressing you, but feel free to listen and jump in. You will allow that to happen, but you will censor a guy that will say, God bless America. You will censor a guy that says, right to bear arms. You'll censor a guy that says, make us. Totally going to do some free advertising for 912 United because they got shut down. Their advertising firm got shut down on Facebook. That's a death blow these days. And just because they made a shirt that said "Make Us," literally all it said was "Make Us," and that's the new call. Instead of "Don't tread on me," it's "Make us." You want to shut down our businesses? Make us. You want to take away our guns? Make us. You know, all this stuff. But you won't censor an Iranian jihadist for saying death to Israel, hoping for genocide. But you'll censor us? You will censor the people who use your platform not to incite violence, but to educate. I don't understand that. And this is why it's happening. This is why people need to open up their minds, pick up some books, read some articles. Don't use Google, use DuckDuckGo. I'm telling you, if you do a side-by-side comparison of you Google search this and you DuckDuckGo at the same thing, the results are completely different. So open up your mind and really see what's happening, guys. This is the beta test. This is truly the beta test. How long until they say no more American flag clothing? It's too patriotic. You may upset somebody from another country. I don't give a flying rat's ass if I'm upsetting somebody who doesn't like my American flag t-shirt or hat. No more saying I support the troops because you could incite violence and war propaganda. Really? Tommy Guns is on here. Airborne. Badass mother. Don't want to mess with him. Thank you for your service. Rudy Morales, Army. Thank you for your service. How long until this thing gets stretched out? And guys, it's coming. It's coming. I promise you. We will see it in our lifetime. Oh, this gets me fired up. I'm sorry. I don't mean to come on here and lose my shit, but I'm going to because this is stupid. They have done a masterful job of telling you that freedom of speech is propaganda and hate speech. Yes, there are groups of people out there who say some really messed up stuff. I am a conservative constitutionalist patriot. I love my country. I love my God. I love my family. I love my guns. I love the fact that I'm able to say whatever I want to. But does that mean you have to agree with me? No, you don't have to agree with me. I don't agree with 95% of the crap that this liberal, Democrat, socialistic movement says. But at the same time, it's the First Amendment. Say what you gotta say. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it. Why this doesn't work. Why it won't work. Why my ideas won't work. It's just amazing to me how dumbfounded people are. Anyway, my point is, yes, this is totally going against freedom of speech. Now you're shutting down businesses because they made a shirt called Make Us. Guys, I'm not going to lie. 912united.com. I am giving them free advertising because I really enjoy their product. I really enjoy Graham Allen and his message. I really, really enjoy what they are putting out there, and I agree with about 98% of everything that they say. I even bought his book. He's a great dude. I would love to meet him. Love to have a conversation with him. Love that. But check it out. He's got some amazing products. Veteran-owned company, believes in the Bill of Rights, constitutionalist, God-fearing. You'd love him. Great stuff. You don't have to agree with everything, but hey, check out their stuff. Hodge Twins. Hodge Twins are getting shut down. The Hodge Twins. Some of the most entertaining people on any form of media ever. And they're black. So you call them Uncle Toms? I'm. Oh man, the censorship is real, and if you don't see it, oh, you are blind. I love every single one of you. I don't care if you don't like what I have to say. I don't care. My days are numbered on here. I am on the bottom of the totem pole. They are coming after guys like Charlie Kirk and Graham Allen and Adam Calhoun, and then they're going to go to the next tier. They're going to go after C.J. Dunning, and then they're going to go after guys like me who just do this because we love to hear people's opinions and talk about it. The censorship. Man, this ain't China. We don't live in the land of China. Sorry, I watched Forrest Gump this morning. I absolutely love that movie. In the land of China, they don't got no food for groceries. Sorry. If you're not seeing it, you're blind. And if you see it and you're ignoring it, you're an idiot. You know, the other day they did the Capitol thing. I was shocked. I really thought that was it. Conservatives got word yesterday that Trump was going to do a big speech. Never happened. Fake news. They're coming, guys. They're 100% coming after us. They stopped Parler. And most people who are on Parler are just guys like me. We work. We want to voice our opinions. We want to share these thoughts. But apparently we're the ones inciting violence. Again, does anybody remember what happened this whole year? Does anybody remember that? You couldn't drive down a main street because there was always, a protest, which I'm fine with. But as soon as the sun went down, it all burned. They went. I don't know if anybody saw this, but last night they went into the residential neighborhoods in Portland. They went in. Nobody's talking about it. It's being censored. I'm sorry, guys. I'm literally just blown away on how I'm saddened, man. I'm really sad. I grew up in an America where you don't have to agree with your neighbor, but you respect your neighbor. You don't have to like each other's opinions, but you respect it. One person just left a comment, Lillian. I think I'm saying her name right. I think I've met her once, maybe. I don't know. I don't agree with what she said at all, but I said, hey, I respect your opinion. You know why? Because this is America. This is what we do. It's absolutely stunning to me. It's absolutely heartbreaking that this is what it's coming down to. You guys won. You left-leaning, liberal, socialistic pieces of crap, you won. You set the trap. We walked right into it. You won. And now we have to start over from square one. You call for unity? I would love to unify. I would love it. I think, shoot. Anybody is welcome to jump on here with me at any time and talk about these issues. I have said this every time I have jumped on here. One person has done it when we had the COVID talk. If you want to jump in, if you want to freaking be a part of this, if you want to talk about these issues, let me know. You can go to the Clout Hub instead of Parler. Oh, never heard of that one. I'll check that out. Thanks, Aunt Robin. My grandfather was an immigrant. Holland. He worked his back out, literally his back out, his entire life. When Walmart was building up, my grandfather helped build all the Walmarts in the South. My other grandfather, he served our country. He started his own painting business. He painted all of the houses in Hollywood and Orange County. Loved John Wayne. Loved his country. They're both gone now. They're both with Jesus. I always say my grandpa Bob is up there with Jesus, having an argument, hanging out with John Wayne and Johnny Cash. And my grandparents would be destroyed. My grandfathers would be destroyed on what has happened. And I remember it. I remember very clearly. I remember I remember when I was 10 years old, my grandfather said to me, he said, Adrian, I just want to let you know, this is how, and my Aunt Robin's on watching right now, and she's probably going to laugh. He was sitting in his chair, and he looked at me, we were having a conversation, because I always loved talking history with my grandfather. My grandfather was a history buff. We would watch the History Channel for hours and hours and hours. Back when the History Channel was the History Channel, it wasn't just, Pawn Stars and Counting Cars and American Pickers. It was like legitimate documentaries 24/7. We would watch it all the time. And I remember he looked at me and he said, Adrian, I just want to let you know. And I looked up and I was like 9 or 10 and I had no idea what he was talking about. But he said, your generation is going to end the world. Thanks, Grandpa. Love you. But a few years later, I was like 14. God, I miss him. I was like 14 and he said to me, Adrian, remember when I told you your generation is going to end the world? I said, yeah. This is when we were living in Texas. He said I was wrong. It's going to be his generation. And he pointed to my little brother. Oh, man. And my brother is part of that generation. My little brother is part of that. Me. Now, he is not a member of that. My little brother is one of the hardest working dudes I've ever met in my life. He's got a kid. He works hard. He pays his bills, pays his taxes, loves his family. I don't know if he's a Christian or not, but he's an American. He's a true American. And they would be sick on what's happening. Now the answer would be shut it down. Shut down Facebook, right? Get off. Do something else. What else is there? This is our platform. In fact, just to be a jackass, I went out and bought one stock of Facebook last night on Robinhood. So I am technically an owner of Facebook. So Mark Zuckerberg, you can kiss my ass. Was it Facebook I bought or was it Twitter? Let me look. I bought one of them. Yeah, it was Facebook. $267.30. I bought it at. Hang on, what did I buy it at? $264.24. No, that's not what I bought it at. Hang on, that's the old one. Hang on. Yeah, $264.24. Bought a share. So I'm technically an owner of Facebook. Eat my ass, dude. Kiss my ass, bro. Sick of your shit. I'm gonna go buy a Twitter one later. That way I am a member. I am an owner. Suck it. Comments, questions, concerns, feedback. Nothing. But yeah, this is wrong. This is the beginning of the end, guys. They're gonna censor the shit out of us. They did it in Venezuela. They did it in Cuba. So I kind of am a bit more on your side when I think about it a bit more. Like, why not down the president of Iran's Twitter? You know, the anti-Semitic, anti-gay, anti-American leader. There you go. That's why we have these conversations. That's why I sit here and I voice these opinions like a regular guy. The whole point of me getting on here is I'm a guy who works 50 to 60 hours a week. I pay my bills. I put money in savings. I fix my car. My downtime, I play video games and I work out. I just started working out again. I know a lot of you guys, man, they text you, more worried you gained some weight. Yeah, I'm working on it. It's one of my New Year's goals. Not going to get into that though because that's Motivation Monday. I'm finishing editing it tonight. It will be posted tomorrow. I'm excited about that. But seriously, I'm seriously. I don't have a problem if you are gay. I don't have a problem if you're a trans. If you're a Native American, Black, Hispanic, Indian, Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese, Korean, Australian, New Zealand, Kiwi, that's what they call themselves, Kiwis, Polish, German. I don't care about where you're from, your ethnicity, your sexuality, your political views. If you are a good person, you're a good person. But if you're a piece of shit, I'm going to be the first one to say you're a piece of shit. We don't have to agree on everything. Do I agree in gay marriage? Not necessarily, no. I'm a Christian. But I don't care if you are gay. If you are gay, cool, man. I don't care. You want to go have a beer? Just don't touch my butt. Like, come on. Total joke there. Don't get all sentimental. You know, I wish people could jump on here and have these conversations and stop being afraid. I'm okay with it. I'm okay. If Facebook comes to me and says, you're done. We're sick of your shit. Cool. All right, fine. I'll let y'all know. I'll post my YouTube channel. We'll get it going on there. I don't care. I can't make any money off you guys anyway, so whatever. It's just sad, man. It's sad that people are bending the knee. I told you guys, don't bend the knee, and you're doing it because you have a certain level of comfort. I have friends who they have a lot to lose. Houses, trucks, jobs. But what is all that worth, guys? I have stuff to lose. My life. But it's not about us anymore. We already fucked up. We messed up. It's about our kids, man. It's about the other day when my brother and sister, for the first time ever, literally sat down their tablets and started asking questions. It was that moment, just that moment where it clicked. Whoa, something's happening. Maybe I should pay attention to this instead of playing Balloons 5, I don't know, some game they play on their iPads. I don't know what it is. Apparently it's made a comeback since I was in high school because I remember it was a thing when I was in high school. Now it's just this huge thing. It's about our kids, man. I could talk to you guys all day about social issues. I love talking about this stuff. I love when I'm proven wrong. I love when I'm proven right. Because this is America. This is what we do. We have conversations. For those of you guys who did not pay attention in government class, it took months for the Constitution to get signed. It took months and months, almost a year for the Declaration of Independence to get signed. Because everybody kept arguing. Everybody was afraid to go to war with England. But man, look what happened. Look what happened, man. 250 plus years later, look at us. Best economy ever this year. Best economy ever. In the history of the world, ever. Can't come out with a COVID vaccine in 6 months. Did it. Go back in time a little bit. You bomb our Navy base, watch what happens. Put a man on the moon. Cross the western plain to the Pacific Ocean. Panama Canal. We forgot who we were. True story. We forgot who we were. You let this take over your life. Man, I busted my asses last year, man. It sucked, and I'm tired, but I did it, and I'm happy. For one of the first times in my life, I am happy. Not fully happy. I'm getting there, but I'm happy. And you bend the knee for comfort. One of the greatest sayings I've ever heard in my entire life. True story. Ronald Reagan. The most dangerous words you can ever hear is, I am from the government and I am here to help. Now, big tech isn't government. But man, oh man, I bet you Mark Zuckerberg and that Twitter guy who looks like a freaking commie, I bet you they packed their wallets, man. Like Forrest Gump said, they got more money than Davy Crockett. I bet you Nancy Pelosi's got a fat check. I bet you Chuck Schumer's got a fat check. Bet you Kamala Harris got a fat check. Bet you Mitch McConnell got a fat check. He's a Republican. Sold out. Sold out. Had points. I'm freelancing right now, guys. This is it. If you're okay with this, you need to find Jesus. Life as we know it is gone. No, life ain't over, man. The sun will rise tomorrow. We're gonna get up. We're gonna go to work. We're gonna pay our bills. We're gonna give our family members kisses and hugs. But will it ever be the same? No. We became too dependent on technology. It's sad. It's true. It's gonna happen, guys. Right now, Parler, Google and Apple, Amazon ban Parler off App Stores. Yep. My cousin, we have forgotten to ask myself every day, how did things get like this? And went from I grew up knowing what this country and loving it is to turn into whatever. I just don't know how to feel anymore. Well, guys, I'm going to tell you how to feel right now. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to look you in the eye and I'm going to tell you how to feel. Be fucking pissed. Be mad. Be angry. And they're going to come. And there are people out there who made the vow. Oh, man, sorry. Something went up my nose. There are people right now who took the oath when they left the service, when they signed up for the service. I will defend my country from all enemies, foreign and domestic. I didn't serve. I wasn't brave enough to serve. So that's why every time I see a soldier, a sailor, an airman, a Marine, I always thank you. Shake their hand. Thank you. Thank you so much for sacrificing your time and your brothers sacrificing their lives and your sisters doing this and doing that. Thank you. There are people on standby who took that oath and are just, man, they're so upset right now. I know a couple of them. I talk to them weekly, man. Some of them are older. Maybe it's a generational thing. I don't know, but this is how I was raised. And if I am the voice of, if I am the last voice of a generation, so be it. But I'm not. I'm telling you, free advertising again. CJ Dunning, check her out. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Man, she is a badass chick. And she is not afraid to step down. Graham Allen, David Harris Jr., Charlie Kirk, Candace Owens, Hodge twins. Man, they're awesome. I love watching these guys. I love them. They're awesome. I love all their stuff. You know, people talk about this monopoly thing. You know, they have the monopoly. That's why they're doing this. Guys, we tore down monopolies before. I don't know if you guys know the history, but there was a company called Standard Oil back in the day. Owned by Rockefeller, Mr. Rockefeller himself, Standard Oil. And they became such a monopoly that they broke them down. Now, Mr. Rockefeller was a genius, and I'm not going to get into that, but they broke down that monopoly. U.S. Steel. Carnegie Steel became U.S. Steel when he sold to J.P. Morgan. J.P. Morgan, electricity, known as General Electric, broke that down. And you have monopolies that run the world, you have corruption. Very, 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 very true story. I love you all. I care about all of you. I would give you the shirt off my back if you were close. I did not plan on getting on today. I have to work tonight. I'm literally got food in the oven right now. Actually, the timer should be going off 6 minutes. But guys, this is happening. And we're letting it happen. How do we get off Facebook, Adrian? How do we do this? Man, Parler. Keep fighting for Parler. Clout Hub. My aunt said Clout Hub. I've never heard of that one. I'll check that one out. Create your own channels. Go to news outlets that aren't mainstream media. Now, I still watch mainstream news. I still do. I still got it. But I don't, half the crap that they say is bull. Baloney, malarkey. So, you can get off social media. Fine. I 100% support your decision. 100%. You can go to other forms of social media. You can start your own channels. You can start your own websites. We can go back to the late 90s with blogs. Barney Stinson, man, he had a blog up until the end of How I Met Your Mother, dude. It's getting better. But if you're okay with this, the other point I wanted to make, this was the other point I wanted to make about this. Facebook, Twitter, whatever, they are their own. They're their own thing, right? They're their own business. So if you're okay with them censoring you, then I don't understand this, and maybe somebody can clarify this. I don't mean to bring this up, but Colin Kaepernick, right? I didn't have a problem with Colin Kaepernick voicing his opinion. I didn't have a problem with him necessarily standing or kneeling for the flag. Did I find it disrespectful at first? But my opinion has changed over time. He was voicing his opinion. He wasn't burning the flag. I get that. But the reason why Colin Kaepernick doesn't have a job is because he protested at work. Right? That's pretty much it. He protested in his in his workplace. If I go to work right now and I protest, I'm fired. They'll find somebody else. 110% probably, whatever. But now you're telling me that a publicly owned domain used for argument, for everything else, people use it to protest all the time, to give their opinion all the time, and now we're not allowed to use that platform to say what we want to say. We're being censored. I think Colin Kaepernick did a good job. I really did. His problem was he did it on the field. If he would have done it outside the field, it would have been different. But you're okay with that, but you're not okay. You're okay with him doing that at work, but you're not okay. How do I put this? You support him doing that, but you won't support us doing this. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't mean to bring up old wounds. Hey man, Colin, I hope you're doing good. I know you just signed a $20 million deal for Nike. Do your thing, dude. I don't agree with your message at all, but hey, this is America. Say what you got to say, dude. Whatever. Watched you play. I was at the Boise State game when you guys beat him your senior year. Fucking awesome. Loved it. Thought you were one of the most talented people I've ever seen in my life. Probably won't like that because I'm white, but hey, whatever. Don't care. He's a badass athlete. But my point to all this is we, the people, it's time. I'm looking at you in the eye and I'm saying it's time. It's time to voice our opinions. It's time to flood these social media networks. It's time to jump on and talk to your representatives and talk to your mayors and talk to your councils, and eventually it will get there. Martin Luther King Jr., look at what he did, starting off in small towns in the South to the Million Man March. Look at what he did. Gandhi, look at what he did. I love you all. I have to finish getting ready for work. I gotta be at work in 5 hours. Motivation Monday is coming out tomorrow. I gotta finish editing it. I gotta finish filming it. I might just do live tomorrow. I might do live Motivation Monday. I'm having trouble. For the first time ever, I'm using a Mac, and it's so different. So it's taking a little longer than I want. But Steven Crowder, another person to check out. Let's see here. Ben Stein, Steven Crowder, Ivanka Trump, Ellie Cooper, Sidney Powell, Hodge Twins, David Harris Jr., Margaret Cleveland, Dan Bongino, Graham Allen, John Burke. Check these guys out. Love you too, until you get some sleep. I love all of you guys. I just wanted to get on, voice my opinion. This is Let's Have a Conversation. Jump in on the conversation anytime you want. I love y'all. God bless you. Be safe out there. Have a great week at work. And go Pack, go.